Thank you, Porter Road, for sponsoring today's video. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe with Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, we're going to be smoking up some delicious pork shanks. Stay tuned. All right, let's get started on these beautiful pork shanks from Porter Road. Let's take them out of the package. All right, so I took out this pork shank out of the package and check out all of this beautiful meat. I cannot wait to get some awesome smoke on these. So while I take the rest of these out of the package, I do want to talk to you guys about Porter Road. If you guys haven't checked them out, check out the link inside the description box and save yourself 15% on your first order. Porter Road is an online butcher shop that carries a lot more than your traditional cuts of meat. For example, these pork shanks, the pork brisket, the beef cheeks, the oxtails, etc. Things that you just can't find at your local big box store. One of the things I love about Porter Road is that they use skilled butchers that hand trim all of the meat products. As you can see, there's not a whole lot of trimming that I'm going to have to do on these pork shanks. At Porter Road, all of their animals are raised humanely on pasture. So you might be asking yourself why that matters. Well, raising animals on pasture really allows them to develop their muscles and makes meat a lot more flavorful instead of having an animal all caged up in a small area. Make sure you guys click on the link below and the promotion code will automatically apply to your order. So as I mentioned earlier, there's not a whole lot of trimming because Porter Road butchers did a really nice job. So on the side of the shank, you're going to have this really big vein right here. You can cut it off the way I'm going to do. And there it is. Okay, pretty simple. Let's take another one out. Oh, here's a good one right here. Just get in there with a really sharp knife. You can leave that on there, it's not going to hurt anything, but I like to take them off. Real simple process. So these pork shanks are really popular in Mexico. In fact, they call them chamorros. You can go to a bar, pull up a chair, grab an ice cold beer, and order a deep fried chamorro. Now a chamorro does have the skin on the outside, so you get that chicharron on the outside, that really juicy meat on the inside. In this video, I'm gonna be smoking these. So I've got some Louisiana hot sauce that I'm gonna add as a binder. It's gonna give us a little bit of a kick. So if you guys have never had a pork shank before, I highly recommend that you give them a try. It's got so much more flavor than a pork chop or even a pork butt. All right, let's season up our pork shanks. Just gonna grab some coarse ground pepper and apply a good hearty amount. Get enough of that black pepper on there. I'm also gonna be using this brand new rub from Yoder Smokers. This is a pork rub, which is fantastic. It's got a good amount of paprika and garlic. So we're gonna add a good layer of this rub. And you'll see it's gonna give these pork shanks a really nice red color as well. All right, I'm gonna season up the rest of these. I've got my Yoder YS 1500S running at 250 degrees. We'll see you guys outside. All right, I've got my Yoder YS 1500 running at 250 degrees. Let's go ahead and load up our pork shanks. Check out that beautiful color on that pork rub from Yoder Smokers. Oh yeah. I'm gonna place the meaty side towards that fire pot. So I'm gonna let the pork shank smoke at 250 degrees for 2 hours. At that point, I'll bring you back, we'll take a look at them. Stay tuned. 2 hours later, let's take a look at our pork shanks. We have a beautiful color on these pork shanks. The surface is a little dry, so we will be spritzing. Let's get an internal temperature here. We're sitting at 179 degrees, 180. I'm gonna spritz these with apple cider vinegar and water, just to moisten up that surface a little bit. We're getting some really nice pullback on these pork shanks as well. So I was gonna wrap these up in foil to get them really nice and tender, but I'm gonna make an audible and let them run 100% of the way uncovered. Let that bark continue to develop. So I definitely want the temperature on these pork shanks to get over 200 degrees. That's gonna get them really nice and tender and really render that fat that's inside these pork shanks. So we'll take these bad boys inside. As soon as they're done, I'll let you guys know exactly how long it takes. Stay tuned. All right, so the pork shanks are almost ready. So I'm gonna make myself a pico de gallo because we're gonna have ourselves some pork shank tacos. I just got this brand new knife from Delstrong. This is a 6-inch Nakiri knife, which is more of a vegetable chopping knife. And it is really sharp. Check that out. You can use this knife to scoop up your veggies as well. Super easy and convenient. So I've got 2 Roma tomatoes cut up, and I've got about 7 serranos. I am really loving this knife. Look at how fast I can cut up the serrano pepper. Check this out. Just watch your fingertips. Okay, last thing, I'm gonna cut up some onions. Probably gonna use about 1/4 of an onion. In with our onion. Don't forget to season your pico de gallo, a little bit of black pepper, and a pinch of salt. Last ingredient is 1 lime. Just roll it on your counter. Extract all those juices on the inside. Squeeze that in there. Give this a good mix. Pop it in the fridge, and we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, so the pork shanks are ready, and the total cook time was 6.5 hours. Very long time, but I really wanted to preserve this bark, and we accomplished that. I did rest them for about 30 minutes, just wrapped up in some foil. So let's take a look at these right here. So check out this beautiful bark that we got on our pork shank. Really nice color that we got from that Yoder Smokers rub. It smells fantastic in here. So this cut is very gelatinous. It reminds me a lot of a beef cheek. I'm gonna bite into this. All right, let's bite into this deliciousness. Man, the aroma is driving me nuts. Look at that color. Here we go. This is fantastic. All right, let's chop up our pork shank. We're gonna have some tacos with this. So I'm just simply gonna remove some of the meat. Man, the flavor is fantastic on these. So as I mentioned earlier, this meat is very gelatinous. It reminds me a ton of a beef cheek, but at a fraction of the cost. Check out all this wonderful meat. Just gonna take my cleaver, chop this up a little bit. Mix it together really well. That way we have some nice barky pieces in every bite. All right, I got a homemade beef tallow tortilla here. Just gonna add some of our meat. Oh yes. Some of our homemade pico de gallo. Look at that. And some cilantro. Check that baby out. Let's give it a taste. All right, let's take a bite of this pork shank taco. Here we go. Man, this pork shank taco is fantastic. Really nice and smoky, and it's got a little bit of heat coming from the meat and also the pico de gallo. This is fantastic. Guys and gals, you guys have got to get yourself some of these pork shanks. Check this out. Man. I can't get enough of this stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this smoked pork shank video. Don't forget to check out Porter Road. Click the link inside the description box and get yourself 15% off your entire order. If this is your first time to my channel, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. Until next time, Joe with Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.